New era, new Annie, new everything. Got to get in character. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is going to be a good time. You're the first featured guest.
First featured?
Well, you might have to hold it. You want to stay
close to.
Have you seen how comedians will... I feel like I got the Shane Gillis grip on
love that for you.
But most comedians keep the microphone on their chin, and then they just talk.
Wonderful.
And that's the secret to making sure that you're... I don't know. That's what everybody says. So... This is all going to be edited. It's always a rough start. Annie, welcome to this episode of the Gadfly. Welcome, everybody, to this episode of the Gadfly and the People. Today I'm joined by my good friend, Annie, and we're here to talk and discuss what the people want for the Gadfly and the People 2026 Summer Series, We the People Summer Series. This is going to be great. This is going to be wonderful. So, you just came back from Spain.
I did.
You did the Camino.
Yes.
How was it?
It was beautiful.
Yeah?
It was the hardest thing I've ever done physically, but worth it, I think.
Biggest takeaways?
Oh, gosh. It depends on the day. But, I think God's really big, and I'm really small, and that's not a bad thing.
Man.
I mean that in the most, non-pretentious, profound way.
Yep. I think that's the right answer. I think that's. I think more and more. Rihanna was talking about this. She was talking about the Saint Therese of Lisieux. We're doing the novena to her right now.
Nice.
And she wants to read Story of a Soul.
Okay.
And I've always avoided it
Mm-hmm.
because there's something about the little, small life that I don't want. I want a very big, grand, beautiful life that's full of, I don't know, colonnades and marble floors and big cigars and bottles of whiskey and large books and a lot of people following me and listening to me.
Yeah.
I can't do this. It's a bit hot in here, isn't it?
No,
Can we get this going? We'll get the fan going on the floor.
Here, so we're gonna go this as well.
Is that picking up? Hello.
Hello, fan. That's our fans.
This is the biggest fan on the podcast. We finally found our biggest fan.
Biggest fan. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Ooh.
so the Camino.
Camino.
Did you have any motivations for going on the Camino?
I'm navigating a lot of life changes in the last year.
Sure.
And I'm about to go to grad school
Word.
for round 2.
Where are you going to grad school?
Boston College, baby.
Boston College. And you said round 2.
Round 2.
Where were you?
Center for Domestic Studies.
And what did you study?
Philosophy.
Fantastic. So we have a philosopher and a theologian in the making here on the Gadfly and the People, a professional, one with real experience and wisdom, and she can give us some good answers to some good questions.
Real experience.
So when you were on the Camino, what were sort of the biggest things that you so obviously you're walking around all across Spain.
Yeah.
And stopping at churches, sleeping in hostels.
Albergues,
Did you ever sleep outside?
No. The Camino, you don't really have to. It's kind of like a town-to-town situation.
Okay. And how many miles would you go a day?
We did
on average
113 total.
Wow.
So somewhere between 9 and 12, because we were there for I was gone for 16 days, but we did about 12 days of walking.
12 days of walking.
Yeah, because you have to include travel days. We took a couple of rest days because blisters are a real thing. Somewhere between 9 to 12 miles a day.
Cool.
Walk wise. And there was a record-breaking heat wave the entire time. So it was a crisp 90
So this
degrees.
is just an uncomfortable situation the entire time.
Yeah, and you're going through towns and on cobblestone streets.
Do you know Spanish?
Very little, but I went with a friend who's fully bilingual.
Well, there you go.
Which was, thanks be to God.
My wife and I went to Italy, having studied no Italian. But it seems that ciao and grazie and prego, that gets you a long way.
Long way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it was...
Cigarette also gets you a long way as well.
European smoking culture gets you a long way.
Yeah. I finally found a place where and a people and a culture that could keep up with my habits and my desires.
Yes.
But and yeah, so my students don't like it. They're always ragging on me about how I'll smoke anything.
They just want you to live longer.
It's okay. That's that's fine.
They're looking out for you.
I want to live happily, and I want to be happy while
That's
I
fair.
live, which is I think what everybody wants. That's what all the people want, and we're gonna get to that. But what was it that you did you have any sort of realizations along the way of things that you kind of take for granted, or things that you maybe you don't need, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's poorly phrased.
I mean, like, I think a lot of people go into the Camino with a specific intention or a specific kind of end goal.
Yep.
I mean, everyone has the end goal of finishing, I think. But for me, I didn't necessarily have one of those. So I went in kind of hoping to be kind of quiet so that the Lord could be kind of loud.
Mm.
And in doing so, I think we want to show up for our community or for God or for, just anyone, and kind of in the best version of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if anything, I realized on the Camino that's not the key to community, and that's not the key to Christ.
So I mean, for a lot of people though, what keeps them going is community. It is having some sort of baseline comforts and pleasures. I mean, what kept you going along the way? When you didn't have that?
Yeah.
I mean, you had your friend.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody needs a Samwise to walk with them through life. I thoroughly believe that.
Yeah.
And so what was...
I mean, you get a little bit of both. The Camino is a test of your ability to be with your own thoughts. Because a lot of it, I mean, I went with a friend and we didn't talk.
You're not exactly listening to the Joe Rogan podcast while you're doing the Camino.
No, you're listening to, birds and the breeze and that kind of nature sound, I guess, a little river action here and there. But it's largely you and your thoughts. So it becomes very prayerful. But also, I think the unique thing about the Camino is that you meet people from all over the world who are also walking. And
they're there for a reason.
Everyone's
for the same reason that you are.
Yeah.
But also so they're there for the same goal.
Yep.
The same intention.
Mm-hmm.
But they're coming from different backgrounds. They're coming from different...
Yeah, I think most profoundly, I met a man who, I'll be 30 in December, and he's turning 60 this year. So we're literally, 30 years apart in age. And he was from the United Kingdom, and I was having this, I'll be honest, the Camino is not all like roses and sunshine.
Nope.
There are moments when you're like, I'm tired and I'm sore and
where's the closest airport?
I don't want to do this anymore. Like, you do want to do it, but you don't want to do it because, you just feel bad. And I was going through it. Like, I was kind of in the mental trench that day of like, I don't think I can finish the last 9 kilometers of this 19-kilometer walk.
And how many miles is that?
Oh gosh,
how many football fields would that be?
5K is 3 miles, so
okay.
That's we were doing like over 10 or around 10 that day, 10, 11. I don't know. I'm not good at math. That's why I pursued a humanities degree.
Me too. I took a semester of computer information systems because my mom wanted me to get into software sales, and when you fail Excel spreadsheets, that's obviously a clear sign that you are not You're not cut out for math. For software, but math as well. So I took pre-calc.
Okay.
With McDaniel.
Okay.
And Billy Connigan has a comedy routine, and there's just this one line that I took out of it, and I clipped it, sent it to McDaniel, and Connigan's basically, he says, I was never good at mathematics. I always hated it. And, no, there was something else. I was always shit at mathematics.
That's fair.
I didn't care. I don't give a shit. And I sent that to him, and he goes, here's a C-. Get out of here.
There you go.
And I was happy with that.
Yes.
So anyways.
You're
not good at math.
I'm not good at math, but it was a big walk. It was one of our biggest walks of the 2 weeks that we were there. And, I'm in the mental trench and probably looking at. And this man approaches me, and he's like, hi, how are you? Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, I'm fine. And then we just get to talking, and it turns out he worked in my hometown because he worked for the Cow Company. I'm from Battle Creek.
Well, there you go.
Land of cereal. So we start bonding on that, and then we walked together for probably... It is. Land of cereal.
Yeah, Kellogg's, yep.
We walked together for probably 2 hours.
Nice.
And we talked about, he had lost his parents young and I lost my mom young.
Damn.
And he has kids that are my age and kind of like our life goals and why we're doing this. And so all of a sudden, like the community just comes back to you. And I think there's this saying on the Camino, at least what we had kind of gathered, that the Camino provides.
The Camino provides.
And it's like when you don't expect it, but when you need it most, it shows up. And I think that's when you get that takeaway. It's the same thing in your own daily Camino. Like life is a Camino. And
well, that's what our Lord says as well. Do not worry about tomorrow. What will worrying do? It won't add a cubit to your life.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. So I think that was when I got a nice takeaway of things always like something will come to help you. Like
it'll figure itself out.
Yeah.
I tell my wife this. She says you need to stop spending money. I said, sweetheart, we're gonna get the house someday. We'll figure it out. It'll be all right.
Exactly.
I don't know, but wonderful. So as you were going along the Camino, everybody has the same. On the Camino, everybody has the same goal. Everybody has the same end.
Yeah.
The same intention. They're all there for the same reason. But they come at it from different perspectives.
Yep.
And they have different reasons for what prompted their being there in the first place. And I think we as a society, I would like to think that we all have the same end. We have the same goal.
Yeah.
And we all come at it with different perspectives, different reasons for being here, different hows and whys. But I think we've lost a little bit of what is that end goal that we're all aiming towards.
Yeah.
And so my question, and I'm asking everybody, what do the people want? What do the people want?
And I learned this both on the Camino, but just in life. And I think when you gain more perspective in your life, like I said, I'll be 30 this year, which is not old, but is at the same time.
Yep.
And I have plenty of coworkers who are 24 who like to remind me that it's old.
Yep.
But I think what people are seeking is a meaning and a happiness, but not in like this superficial. I really enjoyed the gelato I had in Spain sense.
But there is that contributes to a well-lived life.
It contributes, but that's never going to satiate you. And so I think the people are seeking happiness. Do I think culturally we're hitting the nail on the head? No. But I think that's what people are looking for.
Because if we were hitting the nail on the head, we'd all be happy.
Exactly.
But everybody's upset.
Yeah.
And everybody's upset. A lot of people for the same reasons, a lot of people for different reasons. Poor people are unhappy. Rich people are unhappy. People are unhappy across race and gender, religion, economic status. Everybody's unhappy.
Yeah.
Even the elites, the people in power, seem to be pretty unhappy right now.
Yeah.
And we can try to decipher what's causing that unhappiness. But I don't think that gets us anywhere. Rather, I think we need to figure out, okay, we're all unhappy. How do we make sure that everybody will be happy? And what is it that people desire, and what is it that will satiate and fulfill them?
Yeah.
So, do you have any thoughts on what will satiate?
I'm obviously coming at it from my background and my life, and I think ultimately, like, Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah.
Our boy would tell you it's, union with Christ. On earth,
I think that's kind of the route that I'm taking.
Happiness. Yeah. We're looking for things that are drawing us higher, bringing us closer together, bringing us closer to Christ, but enjoying worldly, like earthly goods. We've been given this beautiful creation that is the world, which I got to see in so many facets over the last couple of weeks, that we should enjoy. Like, one should enjoy the scenery. One should enjoy the cigarette on the patio.
Cigarettes in the courtyard are the best thing on earth. I thoroughly believe this. Because it's not just the cigarette.
Yeah.
But it's what surrounds it. And I think it's actually the community that surrounds it. It's when 2 or 3 are having cigarettes is in the courtyard. That's when it's the best.
I think
nobody likes a lonesome cigarette. And we have the lonesome cigarettes in the courtyard because it's our lunch break. But we also want the cigarette with everybody else, and we want to share that.
I think a glass of wine alone can be contemplative, but I think a glass of wine amongst a dinner with friends is memorable. And fulfilling and enriching.
Aquinas, when speaking about drinking,
Yeah.
He says that the greatest remedies to a bad day are a warm bath and a glass of wine, and this is just the truth. He was a white girl before the white girls were a thing.
Yep.
And he says when drinking with friends, one should drink to the point of hilarity. And I those are because nobody drinks to the point of hilarity when they're drinking alone.
Correct.
And if they do, they're not fulfilled by that. That's why they have to keep chasing it. That's why they have to keep doing it. But rather when one is with friends and the night is now done and everybody is okay, we have to go back to our day to day. There is no feeling unfulfilled with that night. You go to bed and you're happy.
Exactly. I was recently reading an article and someone discussed what they call a crisis of meaning. And so in our present day society, I think people are searching for meaning, and
Thomas spoke about that earlier.
And as attendance at mass decreases or attendance at third spaces decreases, especially in this post-COVID environment and the internet surge and what is real and what is fake, looking at AI.
Don't get me started. I have yet to dive into the AI thing on the podcast.
Round two.
We'll
you
do
have
another episode.
to find someone more qualified to discuss AI than myself.
But I don't think I think the only qualification that you need to be able to speak about the AI thing is that you need to be entering the job market and looking to have a good... you just want to be having a good life. I mean, I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it.
No, but I think people are... They're seeking that meaning in their life. And I think that's where we find... When we search for meaning, we search for something greater than just ourselves.
So when you say meaning, could you expound a little bit more on that?
I think
what is the meaning?
We have to... I think we have to go beyond that nihilistic experience of there's nothing. There has to be something that kind of keeps one going on this path of life.
Yeah.
So
what is it that Nietzsche said? What did he say? Insert what Nietzsche said. So that's what he said, and it was wonderful, and and he was so right about it. Yeah. So we're searching for meaning.
We're searching for meaning. We're searching for a why.
For a why.
Like, what is that thing that gets you out of bed in the morning? What's that thing that brings you back to your old professor's patio? For the Gadfly tour that you're going on.
God bless you. I love you so much.
Like, what are these things that are driving us to
Why are you here? Yeah.
And that's where we're seeking. And the less that we seek a meaning, or the more that we're trying to find that fulfillment internally, I think the less happy we are.
So I always struggled with this seeking meaning language. I always struggled with this, and I never liked it.
Yeah.
Because it sounds borderline existential.
That's fair.
To me.
That's fair.
That we see I guess, I don't know. Maybe it's semantics. I've always liked the word discover better. I want to discover the meaning of my life.
That's fair.
But even then, it sounds that has a sort of fatalistic
perhaps the
undertone.
A way to consider it would be, I think life comes with a sketched black and white lines. There's a general path. There's general you need food and water and basic needs to kind of get through the day to day. But what's coloring the pages?
That's fair. I like that. Yeah. And we have to discover which colors to use. We have to seek the right balance.
And some things will complement and some things do not. And you only discover that by trying out the colors in the crayon box there.
Yeah, and you can't take off those. Interesting. I like that analogy because there's something about you can't take off the colors that are already on the page.
But you can build upon them.
You can build upon it, and you can blend it, and you can make it. You can sort of make a harmony there. Yeah. But you're stuck with what you've already done so far. You know what I mean?
It's there, but it's you can blend, and you can change colors and mix and match and do what you can.
So people are trying to discover the meaning of their lives, and have you discovered the meaning of your life, or to some degree have you discovered the meaning of your life?
I think
I haven't discovered mine.
I'm not even close, but I'm closer than I was 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's fair. Because you have more money now.
Yeah, that's totally it. I have a lot of things.
You're so I mean
stress. No, I think that's a lifelong pursuit.
Sure.
I think
that our meaning is different.
Yeah. My purpose. My purpose a year ago is different than my purpose now.
Sure.
My purpose 10 years ago is drastically different than it is now.
Sure.
So, I think that meaning or that coloring in one's life shifts.
Yeah, you're no longer using primary colors, you're using complementary colors now.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's like a Costco size box of crayons that one is
you have the whole wheel.
Life. Yeah, you got a lot of work to do.
You have a whole wheel. No, I think that's fair. But okay, so what is then what is the across so if at every stage in one's life, their meaning, their purpose, what they're doing is going to be different. Okay, so for example, the purpose of my life when I was 14 and starting high school, the purpose of my life was to be a good student and to kick the soccer ball and the football really well and to make friends. And now in college, my purpose, my meaning was again to be a good student, but also to work hard to gain money, to save up, to enhance some of the skills that I have in a more specialized way, in a more actualized way. And now my meaning is different, being married. I'm married, no kids. What is the meaning? My purpose is going to be different than when I have kids and when the kids are gone and grandparent and all this kind of stuff. As you progress and as you grow and the circumstances change, what is that commonality of meaning across one's whole life? Yeah,
I think that building block is still what is your flourishing and your functional act. Like, you're called to flourish in whatever it is, what stage of life you're in.
Yeah.
So I think it's that consistent, as with your human capacities and with your abilities.
So
everyone the best of.
Everyone wants to flourish. Then is that what you're?
Yeah, I think everyone wants to flourish. Here,
it's undeniable.
Yeah, I think some people don't act on that desire to flourish, or they don't act on it in the right way.
Yeah, sure. But so how is so Thomas was speaking about earlier about how because being and goodness are convertible, that what people desire is to be in the most actual way. Okay. Like they desire to, because we're rational agents and rational creatures with an infinite desire for whatever.
Yeah.
The greatest of those desires is our desire to be in actual, like in the most infinite sense of the word.
Yeah.
It's and so
we're filling out our capacity.
We sort of want to be like God in that sense, right?
Yeah, I think we're striving for something that we hope to fully attain at the end of life,
Oh. My wife is texting me.
Hello to your wife.
Annie says hi. Wagner's recording with Annie. She says, "What's up?"
Exactly like that. Too.
Precisely, and I'm quoting you verbatim there. Okay, so where was I? Being convertibility with goodness.
To be your most.
We want to be the most of who we are.
The plaque at the dentist's office would be live life to the fullest. Those motivational signs. But I think what we're called to is to live out our capacity. If you've got the ability to at 14 try to kick the soccer ball and the football well,
you want to fulfill that capacity to the greatest degree that
talent and that gift
that is there,
been given to you. You should really act on.
A lyre player wants to be the best liar.
Yeah,
lyre player.
The shipbuilder wants to build the best.
Precisely.
Ship.
Yep.
Yeah. And then now in your
the alcoholic wants to be the best alcoholic, right?
Well,
that's a desire,
it's
it's a potential.
Disordered?
It's a potential to be actualized.
Different topic, but yes, you want to actualize to your fullest potential.
Yeah, so Laura was speaking about how our desires are disordered. And we kind of circled around the topic a little bit. And I don't think we got quite to a sufficient answer as to how we know if our desires are disordered.
Yeah.
Do you know how we know if our desires are disordered?
Do I know fully?
I don't know.
I don't know if I feel like I'm not qualified enough for that. Do I think that if our desires should be, a modeled after what Christ would do? Yeah.
Yeah, come and follow me.
Do I think we should be living in the golden mean because I am an Aristotelian at heart? Yeah.
So so like we should. So okay, it's like okay, we should all do the good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, we should all do the virtuous thing.
Yeah.
Right? We should all do the thing that makes us most actual.
Mm-hmm.
But I think people. So I think those are true statements.
Yeah.
I think what people lack is an ability to figure out what that looks like, practically speaking.
Yeah.
So like, what does it look like for the stockbroker to live the golden mean?
Well, I guess
What does it look like for
yeah.
the garbage man to be virtuous?
You have to actualize your talents and your gifts. You have
So there
different-
needs to first be a recognition of
one's capabilities.
one's capabilities.
I mean, you building blocks here, image and likeness of God, and human intellect. Like these are things, we have things that are inherent. However, I have different capacities than probably you do. Yeah,
Yep.
You have different capacities than Doc. Like,
Yep. That's for sure.
And how are you all mapping onto that? But I think the problem, especially in this, like in our modern society, is that people want that, but they want to not take the hard route to get there.
Yeah.
So
People
I
don't
think
want to
that's
suffer.
that's where we fall short.
People don't want to
Is we're
suffer.
Like, I want the
to
good
do
life,
so.
but I don't want to do the work that
I don't
is
want.
the good
I
life.
don't want to. I don't want to
Always.
suffer for it.
Yeah, and I think you have to suffer. I mean, we've heard this a million times. You have to suffer into the truth.
Yes. Aeschylus was most correct on
Suffering
this.
into the truth.
I
is
remind
so
my
important.
students time and again, whenever I'm giving them a long paper that they have to write, you must suffer
You must
into
suffer.
truth.
Suffering into the truth. I mean, even in my present day, when I was in the Camino at one point, I told my friend, I was like, we just simply have to suffer into the truth.
Do you think prayer is much like this? That there's an element there has to be, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me and maybe I'm praying the wrong way, but I suffer a good deal during prayer, and it's quiet. I don't hear much.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's my own voice speaking.
Mhm.
Is it my conscience? Is it the
See,
spirit?
I think, and I have to go anecdotal here because I went
One
in-
can only speak from their
one can only
experience on
speak
on
from-
this
yeah.
on this particular question.
My prayer life was really hard before I left for the Camino, and I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's like beautifully easy now.
Yeah.
But I think I have always had this expectation that if I'm giving God this like big dialogue about my struggles and my triumphs, that he's gonna just like
You're hitting too close to home.
illuminate and have this big answer for me.
Yes, the
But
clouds
the thing
will
is,
open.
like, that's not. I don't think that's not a realistic look at prayer. I think prayer can be hard, and I think prayer can be really quiet. But I don't think it means it's unheard, or that it doesn't matter, it doesn't count. It's just like, not every prayer is a great revelation.
Yeah, exactly. It's not, the clouds don't open for 99.99% of the world. The clouds don't open, and there's not a bearded man saying, "My
Yeah.
son, my daughter, this is what you will do."
And he could. Don't
That'd
get me
be
wrong.
awesome. It'd be a lot
But I
a
think
lot more helpful if he did
I
sometimes.
think the habit of prayer is, it's not always easy,
it's
but
the
it's
same thing
so
as going to the
important.
gym.
Yeah.
You're not going to hit a PR every time.
No.
But it's just about the fact that you got the thing done.
Yeah, and
You
not
did
every
the hard thing.
not every every prayer moment is going to be life changing. I mean, it is in the sense that you're speaking to the big guy, but
Yeah.
it's not going to be clouds and man with beard
Yeah,
emerging.
It's like, yeah. I've been using the gym analogy a lot because my wife has been making me go, and I have to keep reminding myself, you're not gonna have the big transition over a week.
Baby steps.
You got to do it time after time after time again to see a little bit of progress.
Yeah, and a lot of that just is about the try.
And there's something about that habituation
Yeah.
that makes you.
Yeah. And small prayer. I think at least myself, runs into that route of
This
like
is the Benedictine.
I gotta be in this big prayer. Like I can only pray hard
The
when it's
rosary is
big.
the only one that counts,
Yeah,
right?
like it's gotta be really. It's either has to be really painful or like really big to count. But then on the Camino, I would be like, Christ, I just need another step.
Yeah, just give me the next step.
Just like one more hill, please.
Is there a water fountain somewhere, Lord?
Yeah,
Get me
like,
to that one.
Dear Lord, is there a cafe nearby? Like, I really need a coffee.
Yes. When you were in Europe, did you spend? So when you're on the Camino, do you spend a lot of money?
I mean, I probably spent a little more than like someone who only stays in the simplest albergue, the simplest
Sure.
hostel, like because simultaneously my friend and I did, want to experience a couple of things culturally,
Naturally.
and but I mean it was once you get over there, it's fairly affordable. I mean,
Yeah.
you're eating a croissant for breakfast and a cafe con leche, and
Oh my goodness.
midday,
To
we
have a cigarette and an espresso for bread. I can
Mhm.
still do that in America.
yeah,
But there's
does it
something
hit the
about
same when
doing
it's
it
not
in the
like a
piazza. There's something about doing it in that damn piazza. That's
yes,
fantastic.
and I mean, it was so hot that like you had to eat lunch because you got to sustain the body.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if this is common in all of Europe, but we discovered this beverage called Aquarius, which is essentially
Aquarius.
it's the European version of Gatorade, but it comes in a can. And
That's such a cooler name.
It's like
the American Gatorade name is the most
Aquarius.
Gatorade.
Yes, no, literally.
Aquarius.
And limon. Aquarius. It was like the elixir of life for a while. So I mean, you would just look forward.
Limoncello is the elixir
You'd
of
be
life.
looking forward to the limon Aquarius.
No, yeah, there were. I think life is much like the Camino in that sense, very much where it's like there's so much slogging away and suffering during the day, but I just need this little break. I need this little, and I think adoration is much like that.
I agree.
Father Gregory Pine put it that adoration is giving up in the most healthy way that you can give up, because you're like, literally, you can put your cross down and then you can give it up to Christ in that moment.
Yeah, and you find
for
such
that time.
harmony in doing so. Like in adoration. I will say on the Camino we would say, my friend and I, we'd both be like, I'm physically in pain, but I'm mentally at such peace.
Yeah.
And it's because you're centering your life around the simplicity of it all. And it's so, you've interwoven prayer into your every fiber.
I love that point about simplicity. Do you think that people tend to overcomplicate happiness?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I think
I do this.
I think I do too.
Everybody does it.
But I think we want to bundle it. I'll be happy if I'm 30 pounds lighter.
If I got X, Y, and Z,
I get a raise. And
I will be happy.
I have this and I have that, and then, like, you do something like the Camino where you carry a backpack with two outfits in it, and you're like, I actually don't need a lot to be happy.
This is
I need a little bit of shade, an Aquarius at lunch.
No, when I was in Italy, every time I thought I need one more cotton blazer. That's what I need. I need one more pair of shoes.
Yeah, but then when you got to carry it across the country,
Well, there's something very
changes your
demeaning
perspective.
about carrying a large. Traveling is not as luxurious as people think.
That's
it's
true.
not as fun.
That's true. But yeah, I think people, they overcomplicate happiness. I think we want happiness, but we want it from every bucket
We want
at the same time.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's feasible. Because there are times in which, I'm fiscally not doing as well.
Yep.
But I'm happier.
Oh my goodness. The happiest time in I shouldn't say the happiest, but one of the happiest points in my life was when when I was absolutely skint and I had no money, and my wife and I had just moved from Grand Rapids to Detroit, and I had applied to 100 different places. I heard back from 50 different places just to have a summer job, and I finally got a job. And my wife and I, we had no money. We had a few forks and knives. We had like a bowl and 2 plates, and we had a few coffee mugs, and we were sitting on our living room floor, and we were just making it work. And I was so happy to just get the job. And then I had to drive 40 minutes home to where I was sleeping when I was living with this man, and there was so much that I could have been so upset about, but I was just so happy to have this little life, and now I have so much, and I have the job I wanted, And I prayed so hard for all of this to happen and to take place, and I, that this is what I'm called to do, and I find I'm just more irritable and I'm more unhappy. And it seems, I think the more that we consume, the more that we take for granted, the less happy we are.
And I think media has played such a role. And I know we're
as we record
participating
podcasts.
in media. But I mean, you look at I love that. You look at the ideal life on the internet, and people have more, and they're doing these things, and they're
the trad wives on the internet. I'm jealous of the trad wives on the internet.
I
want to be a trad wife.
How does one make sourdough? I really would like to figure that one out.
Just some goats and some chickens and a pair of twins would be
fantastic. I just would like a cow, like a big cow. Love a cow. But we have this idyllic picture painted on the internet, plastered in our faces 24/7, because we're all connected to the tech box here.
We have to have it.
And you kind of do. I mean, I have to have it for so many things.
I mean, so just this. I'm planning a volleyball camp for the school that I work at, and there was a certain, there's sign-ups, and we have to get a certain number of shirts with particular sizes for each student who signs up for the camp. And there was a very time-sensitive issue when I had to get the shirt order to the lady who does it. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been able to fulfill it.
Yeah. And
there were still responses coming in, sign-ups coming in. If I did not have my phone, I would not have been able to do my job.
No, exactly. I mean, as you know, I have a side gig in the sacred art world. Yeah. Which is, a slow
you
analog.
You want to plug, by the way, to the 30 people who will listen to
this?
To
the 30 people, ourlivingthread.com.
All of who probably know.
They probably are aware. Obviously, I'm an embroiderer, and that's an analog hobby. The only way that I got to participate in some of the things I've gotten to participate in is because I have a social media presence. It's like at this point, you can't separate the two.
You have to be, plugged in.
You have to be plugged in.
Yep. Do you think people need analog? I love the analog pleasures. I love
an analog pleasure.
Do you have any other ones besides the?
Unless you count patio time. No.
Patio time is analog.
Patio time's analog because that's community.
Because there's no wires involved.
I just went on to this adventure where I was pretty analog for 2 weeks.
Yep, for a good long while.
That resets. My big one is the embroidery thing. But I think you don't need a lot of analog hobbies. You need analog time.
You do, yeah. You need time away.
And I think that helps you simplify happiness.
Is listening to the radio in the car analog? That feels pretty analog to me.
I got I think I can disclose this. Because it's my penance. I got a penance once to do 10 minutes of nothing. So the only thing I could do, actively, was to, walk. Yep. But I couldn't listen to anything.
Who is it that said, maybe it was Pascal? A man doesn't fully know himself. What up, dude? Come in. A man doesn't know himself until he sat in a dark room.
Yeah.
With nothing else.
No, I think it
for
was
40 minutes.
It was one of the most profound penances I've ever.
I know that damn door.
That door, it'll get you.
By the way, there's the camera. Nope, right here.
What?
Bingo.
Right here.
It's right. Hello. Wait, do you want to say hi?
Our
hi
pal
to the people?
Laura.
I can. You want me to say hi to the people? There you go. Do I look at the camera?
Yeah, just come say hi.
This is Laura.
Hi. I don't know if I'm in shot even.
Speak. Test it.
Hello. Test.
Yeah, don't smack it. Say hi to the people. Here, you want to sit
Hi,
down?
people.
I'm gonna go have a seat.
No,
right?
I don't need to sit down.
What?
No, this is the no Gadfly.
What?
Just the people.
What?
No Gadfly, just people.
Just the people.
Just the people.
This is the People Podcast.
For the people.
The people.
By the people.
By the Gadfly for the people.
By the Gadfly for the people.
What time is it? Wonderful.
So,
we've just been here.
question 75. Go.
Oh, treat us on, man.
Nice. What are you guys been talking about?
The Camino and happiness. And if we're over complexities of happiness in modern society.
Yeah, what do the people want, Laura?
I already answered this on the pod. For you returners.
Just make sure here, if you guys want. So, Laura, this one is you. Annie, this one is you.
Okay.
You want the spikes to be kind of around this,
hey.
maybe a little bit bigger there.
Did you know I used to record, write, and produce radio programs before?
Wow.
Well, speak a little louder into the microphone.
Hey, it's not my fault you got shit mics.
These are expensive microphones.
I'm kidding. Gadfly. Mr. Gadfly got mad.
Gad is mad.
Ooh.
I'm really hitting the
Ooh,
puns
yeah.
today.
Hitting the puns.
Hitting the puns.
Hitting the pods. Like a dolphin.
I don't really know what I'm waiting for. I don't know.
So you've talked about the Camino a little bit.
Talked about the Camino a lot. Yeah, the Camino, happiness. What do the people want? Flourishing, obviously.
Obviously. Obviously. Come on.
But how do we get there?
Mm.
Community. I feel like community always.
Community is how we get there?
Well, I think community's part of it.
Mm. Remember that time when we went to the gym together and I was like really excited?
Yes.
You're like, what'd you say?
I don't know.
You said, wow, you're really excited. Duh, because I was excited. This is a really horrible storytelling. Anyways. Annie's laughing at me because I looked at the camera, folks. Anyways. And you said, yeah, it's that like post-run high. I'm like, yeah, it's so happy, but it's something better. And you're like, because you're in community. And you said it in like the just like softest way.
I love my Dominican bend.
Dominican, is that a dance move?
No, I just always
The
tell
Dominican
people,
bend?
I always tell people I have a Dominican bend because I am a pursuer of the truth, and I love the communal aspect.
The big man was Dominican, so
that's true.
You know.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Gadfly, welcome back.
Mr. Gadfly, welcome back to the pod.
Do you want me to get back on the pod?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Refill real quick. Well,
Yeah.
I was
Refill.
Here, I'll let you go. I'm sorry. Doc's got you.
Man down.
Very professional here on the Gadfly and the People. Just set it up. Hello, everybody. All right, let's put that down now. That's fantastic. Let's put that
The
down.
editing is going to be a lot of work.
It's going to be fun. It's still going as well. I'm surprised. I was worried about the battery.
Mm.
All right, are we good? We're good.
We're good.
All right. So the lady spoke, and here comes Doc, who's not going to be on the podcast. Not today. Maybe someday when we get big enough to warrant a big guest.
When you can afford him.
When we can afford you.
Big paycheck. Big paycheck.
Wonderful. So the complexities, how people overcomplicate
Yeah.
happiness.
Yeah.
And that I don't think enough people have analog pleasures, things that they do that don't require them being plugged in.
I agree.
And I mean, I even notice this in my free time with my wife when we get home from work or when we get home from the gym. We cook our food and we eat, but we don't do it with the TV off enough.
Yeah.
We need to have the TV off more. We need to just and we even on Sundays, like Sundays are supposed to be a day of chill, of rest, of true rest. And I don't think being plugged in actually brings anybody any rest. I think it just
No, because you never get to shut your mind off.
it's subconsciously at the very least
yeah.
adds to your anxiety levels, I think.
I agree. I have recently taken to many a Sunday, not every Sunday, I'll be honest, but I've joined a pickup ultimate frisbee league.
Is this at
Union High School?
Dude, that's awesome.
So for 2 hours every Sunday, like I'm not on my phone,
Yep.
and I'm with somewhere between 6 and 12 people, and we just play frisbee for 2 hours.
Andrew, my brother and I were talking about how we have the World Cup's coming up.
Yep.
And we played soccer. We love soccer. And actually, when Andrew and I were growing up, we spent most of our time out in the field just kicking a ball back and forth between the two of us. And we, now that we're grown up and we have to work and we have to do all these things, we don't get to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And we live in different cities now.
Yeah.
But we both have this yearning still for that.
I think you have to find a way.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up playing a lot of sports, played sports in college, and it was a big part of my life, and then it wasn't for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I did feel like something was missing, like that aspect of my happiness.
Mm-hmm.
And then in finding that in this, which is not something I had done before last
Sure.
year, but that one, it's that analog time, but two, it's going back to like our roots of happiness, our childhood happiness.
So one of the things that's very interesting about this is that people want to do things that are pleasing to them, that bring them rest and are rejuvenating.
Yeah.
But I think a phenomenon that we're experiencing and that most people are participating in is that and even that you and I are doing right now.
Yeah.
We want to kind of monetize our pleasures. We want to turn our pleasures into being a sort of profit.
Yeah.
Should people be doing this? Is this good for them? Is this?
I think you have to practice prudence. 'Cause I mean, we both are in positions of like wanting to monetize the thing that we are pursuing for happiness or pursuing for this
life
and
and
that.
philosophy does not pay a lot.
No, it doesn't. You have to meet your needs.
Yep.
Ultimately. But I think you have to remember the intention. So like my art is monetized in some ways, but my capacity for doing it has never been to make money.
Yeah. It's like when somebody tells a father, well, you only make your kids brush their teeth so that they don't have to get cavities filled or braces or whatever.
Yeah.
And that might be a benefit, a side effect of or a byproduct of the habituation of your children. But the reason why the parent teaches their kid how to brush their teeth and makes them do it is for the good of the child.
Yeah, to will the good. I mean,
it's not.
And I think that's where we derive our
so long as we're doing that with our pleasure as well.
Yeah.
That we're not doing it for the sake of some other good, but except that we're doing it for the good of itself.
Yeah, and there can be other layers of good. I mean, I think about if you make your wife coffee in the morning.
Yep.
I hope you make her whatever beverage she likes in the morning.
Coffee in the morning, tea in the evening.
But you make that coffee for her not just because she, seeks that or enjoys it, but because it's a sign of your love for her and your service to her as a spouse.
Yeah.
And so there's the side benefit of she enjoys the coffee or she enjoys the tea, but it's also an act of service and love.
Yeah, it's just because I know that you like this. It's because I know that you're going to appreciate this.
Yeah, you're willing her good in that way.
Yeah, precisely. I'm still waiting for her to make me a mimosa on a Saturday morning, but maybe someday. I haven't told her that this is a desire that I have, but
yeah, you got to communicate that one.
I've got to work on it. But okay, so we have these, and there are different kinds of pleasures. I was speaking with Thomas about this earlier, that we have pleasures that we seek. We have pleasures that we seek for some other good, some intermediary. They're intermediary to the end. Going to the gym is an obvious example of this. I don't think anybody, maybe people enjoy tearing their muscles apart. I tend to find it literally exerting and and painful at times.
Yes, I agree.
And then there are pleasures that we have, which we do not only because the things are good, but because we enjoy the pleasure that we get from them. So eating the lady fingers or the tiramisu, Italian tiramisu. If I could, I didn't eat it for any other reason than the fact that I enjoyed it, and that's why I had it at every meal when we were in Italy. But then there are things that we do not because they bring us pleasure and not because of the sort of byproduct or side effect or because of the intermediary ends that we seek, but simply because we know that they're good for us, because we desire them in themselves. Do you think enough people are pursuing perhaps could you what are examples of these kinds of things?
Of things that we do that
simply because we know that they're perfective of us, because we seek them in themselves.
I mean, I think we do those things like you brushing our teeth and going to the gym, and I think praying can be perfective.
Yeah,
but it's not always. You're tired and you don't want to do it, or it's early and you don't want to do it.
Yeah, but you do it because you know it's good in itself.
Yeah. I think I don't love going. I don't know. A lot of people don't like going to the dentist, but you should. sometimes you don't want to read the book on your nightstand, but it's a little bit better than the
What are you
TikTok.
reading? What are you reading right now?
There's a book by Teresa of Avila, and I cannot think of the title right now. It is escaping me. I think I'm still jet lagged from this week. I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
But I'm reading that. I had a friend give it to me actually right before the Camino, because we were talking about, I think in modern Catholic society, there's like the light, delicate women, and then there's the more like chin up on the mountain, Joan of Arc type women.
Yeah, every woman is either Joan of Arc or Saint Teresa of Lisieux. Yep.
And I'm more of a Joan of Arc. I'm not a delicate human being.
Every man is either Blessed Yusto Takayama Ukan or Benedict XVI. There is no in between.
That's fair. Yeah, we just have Therese of Lisieux and Joan of Arc, and I simply use too many unfortunate words in my vocabulary that disqualify me from a Therese of Lisieux lifestyle.
I don't know. I think whatever.
I don't know, but
maybe they're like the excesses of like they're the limit of where you can go.
True.
And then you have to find some balance.
Yes.
Between you have to have a little bit of both.
That's fair. I actually would say I'm more of a Catherine of Siena. We'll go that direction.
That's a good one. I like that one. Who am I?
We just insert an image of who you think you are.
There's a lot of them. Saint Olaf the Fat. I'm probably Saint Olaf the Fat. You know about this guy?
I don't think so.
Saint Olaf the Fat. He was a Viking warlord, and when he conquered, I think it was Scotland. I don't know. He conquered and pillaged a bunch of villages and things like this. I don't know where. But then he converts to Christianity.
Okay.
And some people, the historical record will say that he did it for political reasons. The legend is said that he converted to Christianity, and then he told his buddies, hey, we can't drink mead out of our enemies' skulls anymore. Mm-hmm. And then they killed him.
Oh.
But he was apparently a very large man.
Wow.
So I feel like him sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can't drink mead out of our enemies' skulls
anymore.
anymore.
Mead out of our enemies' skulls.
Even though we might want to.
You might want to, but it's not perfective.
It's not perfective.
And that's what
well, how about this other brother, Joseph? He and I had a wonderful discussion one day when we were driving to a baby shower 2 hours away that we got invited to.
Okay.
And so we had time for a long conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about how war is perfective of man. And I was kind of giving him the power object model of the soul and that we have natural ends for these things and that this is how we are perfected, et cetera, et cetera. And he goes, well, in war, you are actualizing every single one of those soul powers. And not only are you doing that, but you're also doing so in a way which because the will is intrinsically entied so that your will has to overcome that of your enemy. And he thinks that this is why war is the most perfective.
Interesting.
He just got back from Kuwait, by the way. He was serving in the National Guard. He was excited when all this stuff kicked off, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting theory. I always love kind of entertaining it. I was like, yeah, there's a truth to this, but I think we're lacking something very important.
Yeah, I just feel like there's some virtues and some natural law.
Well, just that, we're also ordered towards communion and hanging out with people and drinking mead. Perhaps not out of enemy skulls, but
drinking of the mead.
A silver chalice or something.
Simple cup, man.
Where did all of this digress from?
I honestly don't remember. So much has happened in the last 10 minutes alone.
I'm so sorry.
It's ideal.
Okay, so the people want. What do the people want? The people want. They want pleasures. They want good pleasures. They want pleasure. Huh?
The people want to.
People want to flourish. And so that obviously includes, like, in order to flourish, one must live a pleasing life. Mm-hmm. One must also suffer. Mm-hmm. And Thomas and I were speaking about how education, completely different topic, but how education is not so much about teaching students, what to think or this, that, or the other, but rather what to desire, and what is good for you and what is bad for you. Mm-hmm. This is what education's all about.
Okay.
And so I think most people are unhappy right now because not only are they not living the good life, they don't
Mhm.
even know what that looks like.
Yeah.
They see other people's good lives on the
Mhm.
Instagram and the TikTok and all of these places, but they don't know what that looks like for them
Mhm.
because their circumstances are different, and
Yeah.
they don't know how to make that happen.
Yeah.
Or if they do know how it will make it, they'll be able to be happy.
Yeah.
They're not willing to suffer for it.
Nope.
And so, in your own experience,
Mhm.
or perhaps, even theoretically, what is kind of that first step for one to take in discovering what the good is
Mhm.
for them individually?
Yeah. I think one has to look at what you kind of have to look at what the end looks like. What is perfective of your nature? But you can't step to the end from the beginning. You got to baby step that.
Yep.
So I think getting to that point, you have to look at what you seek,
Mm-hmm.
look at what you're built for,
Mm-hmm.
and then what is the first small step you can take towards that goal.
Yeah. Peterson talks about this. If you want to live a happy life, you're not going to, or if you want to make your life better, you're not going to be able to do so overnight.
Yeah.
But what's the one thing that even you could do that would make your life a little bit better?
Yeah.
If it's making your bed in the morning and
Mhm.
waking up when your alarm goes off,
Yeah.
if that's what it is, then that's the first step that you have to.
Well, exactly. I think about that quote from JP2 a lot, where he's like, "It's Jesus you seek when you dream of happiness."
Mm.
And when I think about that quote, I have to think about the context of my own life. And so, if I'm seeking Christ, I can't. I don't really want the. I do want the beatific vision right now, but I also don't. You know what I mean? I would.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Like, you want it, but you also are like, if I'm here, what is one small step I can take towards attaining that goal?
And you're thinking about it, and you know that you should do it, but the Instagram reels are just too addicting.
Instagram's really addicting, but maybe you should go to confession, or maybe you should go to adoration for 5 minutes,
Or read the book that you.
Yeah, or maybe you
you
should just
say
sit
in it.
outside and look at the clouds for 5 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
5 or 10, and turn your brain on off, but off of the media.
Yeah, I don't know. Has there ever been a time where people were okay with doing nothing?
Had to have been. I mean, I think leisure. was
I've
more
made
important.
distinction now between leisure and rest.
Okay,
Is there a distinction?
it's a great question.
So leisure, leisure is an ergon. It's a
Mhm.
functional act, and
Yeah.
every functional act has. I mean, not to say that rest doesn't have an end, but it's not as explicit as, when you're doing your study,
Mm-hmm.
you're doing your study for an end. Okay, when you're contemplating the good, you're doing so for a particular end. And when you're resting, it's a little bit different because the end isn't, or how about this? The end is defined. The means to attain it are not so defined.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is rest to one person is not going to be the same as rest to the other. For me, rest is sitting on the couch on Sunday, drinking a cocktail,
Mm-hmm.
and listening to Nat King Cole on
Mhm.
the radio or something
Okay.
like that. To another person, rest is going for a walk on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's my wife who wants to go for a walk around the neighborhood. I don't want to. I want to stay in the air conditioning. And I would like some air conditioning right now as well. Are you getting some of this, by the
A
way?
little bit.
Okay. Should I turn it?
I'm suffering into the truth. It's great.
That's okay. I'll move it
gonna-
over there a little bit. Is that good?
It's wonderful.
I don't want it to be too loud.
It's great.
Cool. So okay, yeah. So where did all this come from? Leisure. So rest, distinct from
and rest.
leisure. Leisure being necessary for happiness.
Mhm.
How did we get there?
You're talking about you want the air conditioning and your wife wants to go for a walk.
No, that's not what it
I love a tangent. I mean, but your idea of rest and Rhiannon's idea of rest are different because you also have different functional acts in some way, shape, or form.
True.
So your flourishing might involve a different set of rest than hers.
Yeah, we'll burp that out. Welcome back to the Gadfly and the People. We had a tangent and we didn't know where it was going, and then I said a few too many things.
And we're back.
And we're back. So, Okay, so the people, they want to flourish.
Yep.
The most important way, or like the first step for them to flourish, that's where we came from. The first step for their flourishing is to do the thing even they would be willing to do.
Yeah, you have to start small. I think this is where we get to that overcomplexity of happiness, is because we want to do the big. And I myself want to do the big. The amount of times I've been in like a spiritual direction meeting or like talking with a friend, and I'm like, I want this thing, but I'm going to do this massive change to do it. And they're like, that's not sustainable.
Yeah.
But I think the same thing applies to flourishing. One can't just immediately flourish. The butterfly doesn't immediately emerge from
one swallow doesn't make a spring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have to kind of do the little thing first.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it is the thing we're most willing. It's the cheapest bargain of entry.
The cheapest bargain?
The cheapest bargain. What's the cheapest way of getting into something? What's
that's
the cheapest
fair.
buy-in?
Yeah. What's the bare minimum
The
that
bare
I have
minimum.
to do right
That's
now?
what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Like, what is the lowest level that I'm willing to start with?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fine.
If I want to flourish in my prayer life, I'm probably not going to
What's the
start
bare
with
minimum
like,
that I can do?
The biggest novena
Yeah.
available, but I could probably do 5 minutes.
It's gonna be Can I, or can I just wake up and say the glory be or something like that?
Can I say a Hail Mary?
Yeah.
before I get to the decade? Like, I should do more, but
No, you're right. Can I just not go on my phone immediately in the morning and just say thank you, God, and then go on my phone?
Can I thank God before I scroll my email?
But I think so many people. David Foster Wallace speaks about this. That so many people are so unhappy that they feel like they need to take a big they need to make a big change. They need to make this huge change, and they're going to do it. And there's actually something like kind of very American about this.
Yes,
it's because it's the foundation of our country. The foundation of our country was we're not happy. We're gonna make a big fucking change about it, and we're gonna take the big step. And like I think everybody can understand and relate to the experience of like doing push-ups in your room at 3:00 in the morning because you saw a David Goggins motivational video about how you need to change your life or something like that. Maybe it's just me.
I mean, for me, it was the speech from Miracle.
That goes a long way as well. Yeah. Miracle gets me going. Rudy just makes me cry. Have you ever seen Rudy?
Yeah, it makes me cry.
Rudy
I don't
just
think
makes
I've
you
been
cry.
able to watch it more than twice.
Oh,
It's so hard.
I'll recite it. I'll recite it when I can't fall asleep. I'll just start
That's
from the very top.
impressive.
Yeah. Well, I can't get very far. That's the thing. I fall asleep around the same point because I was like, what did he say?
What did he say? I'm gonna go to sleep, so don't say it.
So people, we can't make these huge, massive changes because they're unsustainable.
Yeah. We can want the massive
unsustainable
change.
or unsustainable.
They're unsustainable.
Unsustainable.
They're not
Unsustainable energy.
unsustainable.
Yep.
We can want the big change, but we have to want the small, like minuscule moments that get you there.
Okay. And ultimately, what are these? What are
This is where the video ends. My phone died. Please continue to enjoy this episode.
changes ordered toward? They're ordered toward a reorientation of the person to fulfill who they to live the most fulfilling life, and to do so they have to be most truly who they are.
Yeah.
That's a very roundabout way of just saying you have to be the best version of yourself.
I think you're called to your capacities. You're called to your creation.
Do you think that there's a oh, that's a wonderful idea. I think I'm gonna translate. I'm not gonna translate it from the Greek. I'm gonna translate somebody else's Greek to English translation of Aristotle's Ethics, and I'm just gonna put brackets around a big paragraph.
Yep.
And put like that white mom saying or something that would be on your kitchen.
Yes.
Like
the poster on
live
the
your
wall.
best life or
Yeah,
something
live
like
your
that.
life to the fullest.
Yeah, and it would just be a huge paragraph. And I think there's a chance to make money there.
But there might be a market there.
The Gadfly and the People publishing
Gadfly and
company.
People merch drop.
White Mom Aristotle Ethics is what it is.
Nice. I mean,
Aristotle's Ethics for White Mom. Okay, cool. How do I want to wrap this up?
Great question. It's your show, man.
This is the trickiest part. It's always it's like writing the conclusion paragraph of
Just took this lamp out.
all of the lamps in this house, by the way, they all wobble. They need somebody needs to take a Phillips head screwdriver to these things.
Maybe a wrench.
Or just throw them out.
Do you hear that, Doc? Do you hear that?
I'll supply it if you need. Yeah.
Just flash his headshot flashes across the screen.
Oh, that would be great. Editing this is going to be a trip. I'm going to have a great time with it. Anyways, I think I'll wrap it up and say people want to flourish. I think that's what we've garnered from this. People want to flourish, and there's some, we haven't touched on all the facets of what what does flourishing look like. Is it particular to each person? Is it the same for each person? And what is common to all people? There's a lot more to be said and to be discussed, but I think Annie has given us a great starting point, at the very least, to practically live out and pursue this happy life, which is to make small changes, to do something that even you would be willing to do, and to be willing to do so through the suffering and pain that's going to come along with it.
The Camino began with a single step.
And to recognize that it's not so much about what comes at the end of the suffering, but that even the suffering itself is transformative, that there's something sanctifying and beautiful in that. So wonderful. Well, thank you for being on the pod.
No, thank you.
I think we've got a good hour, an hour and 10 minutes. That's pretty good. That's one of the longer episodes. We'll have you back on at some point.
Can't wait.
And you're going off to Boston College here.
Yep.
And we'll pray for you, and we're excited for you.
Thank you.
Plug everything. I want you to plug it, and then you're gonna have to send me the links. Yeah, you'll have to send me the links. That's what I'm gonna do. Put all the links right there. I'll plug the Instagram and whatever.
Perfect.
And yeah. So thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Cheers. We'll have a good time. Now we get to party.
Yes.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.